to my first video ever on YouTube. Actually, not ever because I already have the podcast interviews, and this is also going to be available on the podcast. So I always like to have it in the audio form, in the video form, so we can reach the right people in the best way possible and in the way that you enjoy watching. So today I wanted to share with you something that really landed on me 2 days ago, and it's something that I already knew, like my mind already knew. And if you are, as me, in love with the law of attraction, with manifestation, with creating, like consciously creating the life of our dreams, and what do I mean by that? Because that can seem so, how do I do that? Like, how? Well, I just want to unwrap many things. That the first thing is there is God, right? And God is everything. God is omnipotent, God is omnipresent, and God is within me, is with his earphones, with his microphone, is in my clothes, it's in the sun shining, and it's everything, everywhere, it's within me. And God is the powerful force that creates everything. So actually, many times we're like, yeah, I have to create this, but actually it's God that creates the things, and God lives within you. Because I want you to remember that you were created of the image and similarities of God, and God is who you are. God is in every cell of you. God is within you. God is in your mind. But of course, we also are humans, and of course, we have this human mind that is way more limited. But we also have the mind of God living within us, and that's the mind, and that's the creative power, the infinite intelligence that lives within us. So we always have this inner source running and being within us. And sometimes I might call it like our inner self, or even the God within. It can be called whatever, like so many things people can call soul or whatever, but can have different meanings. But I really enjoy to call my inner self. And so it's the inner source that lives within me, because God is the source of everything, and God is the one that has that potential and the creative ability. And sometimes we thought that God was this man that was up in the sky, so we put it in a human body, and we thought he will behave as a human. But no, God is everything and is everywhere, and it is in every atom of your being. It's who you are. It's who you are. I remember when maybe 2 years ago, I gave this representation on one video once on Instagram. That was, if you imagine the sun, and then the sun has many rays, right? And the sun is God and is the source, so the creative source, what created, what is behind everything. And all those rays are us, for example, me, you, your family, your friends, this table, this floor, the actual sun. And so all these rays, all these sun rays, is that the name? I don't know. They are part, and they are the source, but it just feels that they are individualized. They feel like they are separate, but they actually come from the same thing, right? So the separation is an illusion. And so that's the thing. We are all in the same field. We are all in the same mind of God. And that mind of God, the divine intelligence, this is the one that connects everyone to everything. And that's the creative force. So behind any miracle that we saw, behind any miracle, for example, the miracles that Jesus did, it was not actually Jesus that was doing it. It was the God within Jesus that did that. So Jesus allowed and believed in that power. So that happened. So there's so many things to go beyond that. Currently, and I could really recommend you two guys to read this book that is called The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. I will leave the link down below, because that's the book that really shows very well, and what he describes as the subconscious mind is what I'm speaking about. It's God, and it's the infinite intelligence, and it's the divine intelligence, and it's the the source that lives within us, and that we forget many times that is who we are and that we have access to it all the time. All the time. Many times we are going further away from it, and just to like be like, yeah, I kind of feel very shitty, or I kind of feel very desperate, or I kind of am in this victim mindset because I'm not in alignment with that source that lives within me. And so that's something that I really wanted to tell you, that, and I already spoke before on my podcast, that those emotions, for example, when we feel very desperate, when we feel very sad, when we feel very, even though all those emotions are so important, so valid, they give us so much, because what? They give us the information that I'm just going further away from the source that lives within me. So they are like our GPS. So, but what I wanted to know about all of this manifestation, and that really landed on me 2 days ago, because, manifestation, law of attraction, God, and the power of our mind, how we shape the reality, how can we change literally everything, and how can we live in abundance, and how can we live in a state of authenticity. It's one of my biggest passions, and I'm here to create more and more content and create more and more videos about this. So this is going to be just the beginning. We are going to continue to dive deep as long as God gives me the inspiration and give me the ideas. I'm going to be like, okay, I want to share with this because I want you to feel powerful, and I want you to realize that it's in your hands, because God is you. God is in your hands. God is here. God is here. It's who you are. So what landed to me 2 days ago was, because I was living in a circumstance of my life where maybe I was living certain things that I didn't desire. So I was like, I want to change my reality. I want to leave a certain things. I want to leave certain things. So I was like, So the past mindset could be like, oh, okay, so I have to kind of tap into my future self, or I kind of have to allow it to come, which is everything's still very true. But what landed to me was that in this very moment, that version of you that already has that reality. So you can already stop right now and think about what is the desired reality that you want to experience, that you want to live, that you want to choose. And choosing is going to be like a main word in here, and like super important, super. Like, which one do you want to choose? Do you want to choose the reality where you are in love with your job, with your career? You are living in a place that you love, or you're traveling around, you have many friends, you have a partner with you that you love and that he loves you or they love you. Do you want to feel very comfortable about money? Do you want to feel very fulfilled? Do you want to feel very healthy in your body? Do you want like even to shape to change the shape of your body? Whatever. Like, there's no limitations, only the ones that we put ourselves, right? So I want you to think that in this very moment, there's no such thing as just a line of reality. Like, the time is not linear. So actually the future, the past, the present is all happening right now at this very moment. So what am I telling you is this, that there's not, when you look at your life, there's not only this line for you to continue, like this path for you to continue. Actually, in every moment, there's like infinite like paths, infinite realities. And by choosing the one that you want to live, that's how you're going to live it. And how can you choose? It's when you align yourself vibrationally with that reality. And how do you do that? Look, I'm still like, I can be knowing all of this, but I'm still practicing in my life. But we are doing this together. We are learning, we are remembering constantly, like forgetting and then remember, and then, all of that. How can we choose a reality? How can we choose that? Is when we give when we are focusing in, for example, if the reality of myself right now, there's a reality of me in this very moment that feels very sad, that feels very depressing, that feels very like, yeah, just like very down and all of that. But I'm not living that reality because I chose, for example, to go and do this podcast and this video because it makes me feel very good. So I chose this alternative reality of the version of me that is creating content and that is speaking to thousands and millions of people, and that is inspiring, and that is being authentic, and that is putting a voice into what she thinks and what she believes. So I chose this version. I consciously choose like to be this version of me right now. But I could have chose to be the version of me that is lying on my bed and crying and feeling like a victim. So are you seeing what I'm seeing? Like, how many times was I in the victim mindset? Oh my God. I can imagine, like, you, how many times were you in that victim mindset as well? Like, because we grew up with that. We grew up to the fact that it's like, we are the victims and there's nothing that we can do about it. We are the victims and we cannot change the things. We are the victims and this is it. This is the way it is. It's not the way it is, the way it is, because we think that is the way it is, if I'm making any sense. If you keep, for example, saying to yourself, oh, everything goes wrong in my life, no one likes me, I never get anything that I want, like life is so hard, like I never get all that I want, I'm like a broke person, like I don't have anything that I need, people don't like me, people don't treat me right, blah 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 blah. That is what we're going to live. Like, you're literally claiming everything. Your words are so powerful, your thoughts are so powerful that the time that you think about that, you are accepting that. You're not even like, no, that's not true. Like, people do like me. You could say, because those thoughts will come up. Like, oh, maybe they don't like me. And then you can think, yeah, but you know what? Like, many people do like me, and that's okay. Like, if they don't like me, there's another people that like me. That's okay. And if you think about it, yeah, I might not have the money that I want right now, but if I look at the millionaires of this world, they already once in my position and they kept on going, so everything is possible. And if I think that money is everywhere all the time, and that is super good, and it loves my company and always like is always finding me, see the difference? I'm already aligning to the version of me that has the money, that has the people liking her. You know what I mean? Like, this is all a point of us. Like, we can, even if our mind has those kind of thoughts, we can even question it and not attaching ourselves to that thought. We don't have to see that thought. We don't have to make it mean anything. That thought can simply like come and go. Woo, that's it. Come and go. And you can choose the ones consciously that you want to cultivate. So when my victim starts to come up right now, and let me tell you, I'm in a moment of my life that I never felt so confident. Like, I really had to go down. I went down. I saw like my victim part. I saw the part of me. Sorry. I saw. I saw the part of me that maybe was like, yeah, like blah blah blah. I wanted to like to be in those kind of stories. The stories that you keep telling yourself, those stories are going to create a reality. So be attentive and choose the story that you want to live. So if you keep saying the story of every time I attract beautiful people in my life, every time I get to meet amazing people, I get to experience beautiful opportunities, my life just keeps getting better and better. I keep attracting more love, I keep attracting more money, I keep attracting new ideas, new clients, new everything that you can think about, everything that you desire. If you like consciously are cultivating those beliefs in your mind and you accept them, because you feel like, yes, this is it, you accept them, your reality is going to be mirroring that. And if you are thinking, oh, life is so hard, and you are accepting that, and you accept that belief without questioning, your reality is going to mirror that. Because I want you to think that the reality is the mirror, right? And I wanted to also know that when you look at a mirror, right, if you cry, the mirror is going to reflect your picture of you crying. If you smile, the mirror is going to smile. So the power is always within you. You are the one that starts the movement. You are the one that is going to choose. That's why we are conscious creators in a way that is like God gave us all these infinite possibilities. And God is a God, of course, of miracles and of love. And God wants you to live the best plans that he created for you. He wants you to choose the best realities, the best timelines that he created for you. Like he literally created like the best things that you cannot even imagine, like way beyond your imagination. And he wants you to live that. And he is always guiding you to live that. Even if we are fighting against that, even if we are resisting, God is so strong, so powerful that he's still all the time like trying to put us going to the right direction that he wants to take us, because he knows that we deserve the best, and he knows that we deserve to live the life that we dream beyond your dreams. So he knows all of that, right? He knows what we desire, and he knows that we deserve, and he knows that that reality is available to us right here, right now. So it's not actually you creating anything, it's you choosing the reality that already exists right here, right now. So you can already choose a reality of you that feel loved, that feel so much loved, like that feels so much connection. And that version of you, for example, is going to keep attracting more things that will make you feel love. You're going to attract a love partner that make you feel love, that you feel love. You're going to attract friends, jobs, opportunities, travels, adventures, whatever you desire. So it's always up to us. And when this really landed on me, because it's like, oh no, I don't have to create anything. I don't have to make like, oh, I have to create this. I simply have to tap into the version of me, the version of Margarida that already lives what I desire to live. Because she already exists and that reality already exists. So how I tap, I told you, like start thinking as that version of you thinks. Like literally write down what you want to live in that version, that desired reality, and what she would think or they will think, what they will speak, what they, even if you still think like shitty thoughts and like question or whatever, like how can we like flip them and be like, oh okay, that doesn't have to mean anything, you know, like I am abundant, I love being abundant, I always tap into abundance, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is what I choose to see, this is what I choose to live. So those thoughts can come and go because we're humans, we're going to have like bad days, emotional days, but that they don't have to like mean anything necessarily about you, and you can still like give yourself so much love. This all comes from this sense of deep self-love, because when we are like in a victim mindset, we are not giving the love for us, we are like taking all our power away from us. But the power cannot be really taken, it's just like temporarily taken because it's always within us, but we are the ones that chose to tap into it or not. And when we are like, I love myself so deeply, God loved me so deeply, I'm here alive, so I deserve to live the best life for me. I deserve to live my dream life. I deserve to live with love, with abundance of any shape and form. Not just about money, abundance is everywhere. And if you look around, it's everywhere. If you look around, you're rich, everything. And so it's like, how can you choose that and then start feeling more like that version? How is she feel? Is she going to be like, oh, this, like, yeah, I'm so hopeless, no one can do that, like, oh, I'm such a victim, there's nothing I can change, blah, blah, blah. All those emotions, you're cultivating that, or you're going to be cultivating a sense of like, no, I can do this, I'm capable, God is within me, God is helping me, God is guiding me, I can do this, I've decided that I'm going to do this, I've decided that I'm choosing a new reality, I decided. So that's the thing, the reality is already created, you are the one choosing which one you want to live. And even sometimes can be so hard, like, and so frustrating to realize, okay, if I'm experiencing something that I don't necessarily desire, don't really like that much, and that, look, it already happened to me so many times, there's no one like perfect out here, like we're always like growing and learning and evolving. And it's like, okay, if I have it in my reality, it's just temporary. First of all, it's temporary because the reality is just a mirror of me. So when I change within me, the reality is going to change. So that's the thing. Actually, your reality right now is just temporary. Once you start changing within, once you start working within, your reality is going to, without it, like it there's no way out. It has to change. Like that's how the universe works. Like that's how the energetic works. Like you change within, the outer reality that is a mirror is going to change. So I want you to think about like a projector, and then the reality like is a projection, but you are the projector. So it's like your mind, your beliefs, your feelings, all of that is a projector. And what is on the wall, the projection, is just the reality. But that's like, that can change like this, like this. We are the only ones that put limit in, like, oh yeah, this can happen in like within a year. That's a limitation. And if we believe that can only happen within a year, guess what? We're going to experience that because we're claiming it. We are believing that. So that belief, the beliefs that we have within us, they are always going to be like evident for us, because the reality is always going to mirror the beliefs that we cultivate. So this can go so much beyond, but I'm just going to wrap it up around here. It's like a 20 something video, 20 audio that you can already start to land. And remember that all the realities already exist right here, right now. And it's so funny because it's like we're all the time like shifting from reality to reality. Like when I align myself and I feel like very in a flow, I feel very creative, I feel very enthusiastic, I feel abundant, I feel hopeful, I feel faith, I'm aligning with the version of myself that feels like that, and that is going to then create a reality that reflects that, and it's going to keep making me feel more loved, more abundant, more filled, more creative. But there's moments of my day that imagine that I start to like question or doubt and feel a little bit more sad and feel a little bit whatever, which is normal. We then jump into the other reality where is there the version of us that is maybe like feeling more low, feeling more like powerless and whatever. So in those moments, it's like remembering, okay, wait, I am powerful. I have God with me. I am the God of my reality. I heard this affirmation. This sentence is like, I am the God of my reality. In the way that it's like, God wants you to give you everything, but God respects your free will. So you have to choose, and you have to allow God for Him to give you everything. And how can you allow it? It's like choosing and tapping to feel the way that you want to feel. It's about your choice and it's about your focus. If you keep focusing, for example, on the lack in your life, oh, this is lacking, I don't have that, I never have that, this is lacking, that's where you're going to continue to live. Your reality is going to be one of lack because you are perceiving your reality as lack. But if you see all around you that there's so much abundance, I'm so abundant, even if you still desire more money, for example, but if you already look at the abundance in your life in another ways of form, about like food, about people that you love, about everything that you have access to, like if you tap more into that in abundance, you're going to continue to be magnetic to circumstances, to things that will make you feel more abundant. And you are choosing a different timeline, a different reality. So when you're choosing to feel lack, and when you're choosing to focus and believe in the lack, you're choosing that reality, one of those infinite potential realities that exist in this very moment. So that's why it's not linear or reality. Like we can jump into like realities constantly. So it's like, which one do you want to choose? Let yourself live the plan that God has for you. And if you think about what is the plan that God has for me, it's just the biggest life of your dreams. Like God wants you to give everything, right? We are the ones that have to allow it and be like, yeah, I have the same will as God. My will is the God's will, because God is always be respecting my will. So if I'm saying like, no, I don't deserve that life, I don't deserve God, I cannot have that life, I don't deserve it, I don't believe it, I don't want it, I rather be in struggle, I rather be in a victim, because that's how everyone around me live, and I rather believe that we have to live and feel very small, and I have to keep myself small and keep hid myself. That's what God is going to respect you. And because you are the one that chooses the reality that you want to live, that's what you're going to live. But you feel like, I want to live my best life, I want to feel loved, I want to feel enthusiastic, I want to feel creative, I want to feel like that I can't do anything, I want to feel invincible, I want to feel a goddess, I want to feel powerful, and I want to feel clear mind. I want to focus on what makes me feel good. I want to focus on my appreciation. I want to appreciate more. I want to appreciate the little details, everything, the plants, the sunset, the big things, the airplanes. You just see how I tapped into a completely new reality? And let me tell you, by just me speaking all of those things, I was emanating a wave with a certain vibration, with this case was very high, and that wave is going to find a match. So the law of attraction is going to be like, this wave is a match to that thing, so let's meet up. Boom, magnetize, attract. So I love this, so obsessed. So yeah, there's a lot of things coming up. I'm going to continue. I'm writing a new book in my life, so I also wanted to be with me. I also want to be with the community around me, because I want us to write a new book. I want us to live a new book. This is your sign to live a new book in your life. It's not even a new chapter, it's a whole new book, and let's do it together. I'm going to keep on being here. Like, I'm going to keep on being here. I'm choosing the version of me that's going to keep on being here to uplift you, to uplift myself, and to remember, because many times I'm speaking to you guys, and I'm speaking to myself, because we have to constantly remember of us, of this. I have to tell you this. Like, even the people, for example, even one of my mentors, she's like a queen of this law of attraction manifestation. But she says to myself, she has to continue. It's like a practice. She has to continue, like, listening to things, reading things, saying out loud things, for her to keep believing and feeling that, and to keep cultivating that belief, and to keep choosing a life where you're living what you desire and what God has prepared for you. So yeah, I wanted to send you so much love. You can comment down below what were your feedback on this video. What do you feel? What do you like me to bring on? Certain questions that you might have. You know, sometimes I get very excited. So you can share all of this with me, and I'm so grateful to have you here. So I'm sending you all so much love, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.